Approaching the Quran as a structural system reveals a reality hidden beneath the historical narratives, a highly precise topological operating system. A singular foundational law governs the behavior of this massive network of verses, dictating exactly how revelation transmits across time. This blueprint is codified in Surah 381, where Allah takes a direct covenant from every prophet. The terms of this oath require that whenever a messenger arrives to confirm the scripture already in their possession, the prophets must provide their total belief and active support. This covenant establishes a central vertical hub. The book remains the constant access, locking past prophets and future messengers into a single simultaneous circuit. Transmission occurs through a continuous line rather than a series of isolated historical missions. The Quran positions Musa, Ibrahim, and Isa as structural nodes, each executing a specific function along this central axis. The book serves as the structural hinge. Every prophetic mission relies on the same recurring code, confirming a single divine source. This architecture remains a live field in the present, actively waiting for human interaction. Recognizing this topological reality shifts the user's role from a reader of literature to an active participant in an eternal covenant. Interfacing with this network requires a specific activation protocol. You must bridge the gap between observer and operator. Yahya models the entry point, demonstrating the 1912 grip. Verse 1912 issues the mechanical activation sequence. O Yahya, take the scripture with strength. Executing this grip draws voltage directly from the text. The reader ceases to be a spectator and becomes a live execution node powering the circuit. Without this deliberate, forceful lock onto the central text, the higher layers of the covenant remain inaccessible. The scale of these peaks represents the second phase of activation, a massive system overload, modeled by Musa at the mountain in Surah 7:143. Musa demands direct divine manifestation, a request that instantly pulverizes the massive, solid mountain structure into a cloud of weightless dust. Musa's loss of consciousness signifies the necessary annihilation of the ego structure when exposed to absolute reality. The human buffer cannot sustain direct contact with the divine command. True faith is born from this total structural collapse, as Musa returns and declares himself the first of the believers. Structural stability within the network only begins after your own constructed certainty is crushed by divine reality, creating a purified point of return. The primary hazard within this network is tagut, the systemic illusion of false authority, symbolized historically by fire. Ibrahim demonstrates the mechanical bypass for this systemic hazard in 2169, where the raging fire is commanded to become cool and entirely safe. The Hanif state provides a pure alignment that neutralizes these destructive environments. Submission to the divine axis makes a node impervious to the forces designed to destroy the illusion-bound world. Achieving this intellectual alignment grants the reader immunity to the societal illusions that currently consume humanity. Divine data has transmitted downward over time to meet the upward trajectory of the user. This transmission arrived in sequential historical vectors: the early scrolls, the Torah providing mercy, the Zabor carrying the decree, and the Injil delivering light. Each revelation functioned as a specific data stream, designed to curve upward and converge toward a single ultimate structure. Surah 548 defines this final geometric architecture as the Muhaimin, the overarching protective layer that confirms and preserves all previous data. Prior scriptures functioned as localized traces pointing toward this ultimate, unalterable operating system. The Quran establishes a structural parallel between the Word made flesh, Isa, and the final scriptural architecture. Verse 4157 addresses the claim of crucifixion. The institutions believed they terminated the Word, witnessing only a fabricated appearance. The structural reality of 4158 is that Allah raised Isa to himself, keeping the witness function active and untouchable by his opponents. Just as Isa was raised above termination, the Quran stands as the ascended, permanent state of all scripture. The Quran functions as the Isa of books, an eternal witness that exists far above time, historical corruption, and false authority. The circuit is complete when top-down ascended data intertwines with the bottom-up action of the user. Because this ultimate word is permanently raised, The 381 covenant is definitively sealed in the present. The architecture of this oath remains active, awaiting execution within the interface of the living reader. Step into the eternal circuit by applying the 1912 grip. This alignment allows the reader to traverse the present with the same immunity Abraham used to walk through the fire.